Good afternoon, students. So today we are going to continue with the chapter number 9. So today our topic is immunization. So good health and well-being are not entirely dependent on good nutrition. We all are aware of the role of immunization in protecting children from various diseases. So you may be interested in knowing how immunization protects children from diseases. So how this immunization thing works, it has been described here. A vaccine that contains an inactive form of a bacterium, virus or toxin made by the germ is injected in the child. So the inactive form of of a particular bacteria or virus or toxin is injected to the baby. Being inactive, it does not cause infection. So since the bacterium or the virus which has been injected, it is in inactive form, so it doesn't cause any infections. So being inactive, it does not cause infections but induces white blood cells to produce antibodies, and it doesn't cause infections. Rather than what does it do? It induces the WBC. Okay, so it tells the white blood cells to produce the antibodies of that particular bacterium. Okay, these antibodies then kill the germ when they attack the children's system, so the child system. So when that particular virus or bacteria will attack the child, that antibodies which will be produced with the help of the vaccines which have been injected to the child, they can now protect the child by killing those infected germs or the bacteriums with the help of the antibodies produced by the WBCs. So this is the role of the immunization or the vaccines which is given to a child. Now, national immunization schedule, there is a chart which you all can see that this is a national immunization schedule which is given by the Indian Council of Medical Research. So in one column it has given the different age group, and on the other side the different vaccines. So soon after birth, which vaccines is given? Like BCG1, it is given soon after birth. So in 6 weeks, OPV2, DPT3, hepatitis B, these are the given. And on 10 weeks, OPV, DPT, hepatitis B, and on 14 weeks, OPV, DPT, hepatitis B. These are all the doses which are given of the vaccines which are injected to the child. Now on 9 to 12 month, measles, this is given. So now measles is a vaccine which cannot be given before this age. So when the child will have all these vaccines, then on the age of 9 to 12 months, this measles vaccines is given. Now number 1 BCG is this Bacillus calmette guerin. Okay, it is anti-TB. OPV is oral polio vaccine, and DPT is diphtheria, pertussis and tetanus. Okay, so this is about the national immunization schedule. Now coming on to the common health and nutrition problems in infants and young children. So there are the important deficiency diseases that may occur in childhood. Number 1, you can see that protein energy malnutrition, that is PEM, which leads to growth retardation and infections leading to diarrhea and dehydration. Okay, so number 2 is anemia. Anemia, we all know, that caused due to the iron deficiency, and nutritional blindness results due to the vitamin A deficiency. So all these deficiencies can lead to the different infectious disease or different deficiency diseases. Now number 4 is rickets and osteopenia are bone related. Okay, due to shortage of vitamin D and calcium. Number 5 is goiter, that is the enlargement of the thyroid gland. It is also due to the deficiency of iodine. Iodine, you all know, it is present in salt. So that's why we nowadays whatever salt we consume, that is iodized salt. So much of the major effects of nutrition on communicable diseases have already been focused in the previous chapter. The 6 dreadful communicable diseases, namely So now I am giving you the 6 name of the very important communicable disease that may occur to a child. Those are the polio, number 2 is diphtheria, number 3 is tuberculosis, number 4 is pertussis, number 5 is measles, and number 6 is tetanus. Okay, these are the different very dreaded communicable diseases nowadays in India. So this is all about the different infections about the child.